Well, hello everybody. We're back. Welcome to the second in our new vlog series called Disney Dining with Disney Girl Kim. I'm Disney Girl Kim. I'm so excited about today's recipe. We are back at Hollywood Studios again because for some reason all my favorite foods in restaurants seem to be at Hollywood Studios. But today we are going to Round Up Rodeo. I hope you've been to Round Up Rodeo. It is such a fun dining experience. Everything is bigger than life. It's themed on Toy Story. You go in, all the toys are there. Just a very, very fun, entertaining time. One of the signature items in that restaurant, which is a favorite of mine, is the Prospector's sweet pepper jelly and cheddar biscuits. They bring it to your table. It's unlimited. And let me tell you, I don't even need the rest of the food because this sweet pepper jelly is so good. If you've never tried it, be sure and put this on your planning calendar. So make a visit to Round Up Rodeo. But today we're gonna make this same jelly. This is the exact recipe published by the Disney Parks blog. So I'm gonna walk you through step by step how to make it. We'll see how it turns out. All right, this recipe will be posted in the bio. So please be sure and give the video today a like. And if you're new here, subscribe to my series. I actually live stream in the parks when I'm able to. Right now I can't get down to Florida, so I'm here in Kentucky, and this is my way of staying engaged with Disney and bringing you some Disney content. So I have the instructions printed out. So this one I don't have off the top of my head like I did last week's meatloaf recipe, which by the way, that meatloaf was absolutely delicious. But let's go over the ingredients, and I promise you, if you've never made jelly, this is so simple, even you're gonna be able to do this, okay? All right, so we are gonna need 3 large bell peppers, okay? Red bell peppers. And I've gone ahead and washed these and cut them up. You're gonna need 1/2 cup of Spanish olives, no, don't use Spanish olives, onions. Losing my brain. Clearly I need a drink. 1/2 cup of Spanish onions. I just used like a basic white onion. That'll be just fine. Okay. We need some red pepper flakes. Okay, so I've got my crushed red pepper. And you need a coarse salt, so I'm using kosher salt today. And then second to the last ingredient you're going to need is some white vinegar. And your last ingredient is pectin. Now, if you've never worked with pectin, the brand that I use is called Surgel. Very common, you can find it in every grocery store, okay? All right, so that's our ingredients. Let's go ahead and get everything prepped. I'm gonna bring you guys a little bit closer to me so you can see what I'm doing. Be right back. Okay, so the first step in our recipe is we're going to take these peppers and onions and we're going to put them in a food processor or a chopper, and we're going to puree them. So hopefully whatever machine you have does have the puree setting on it, because we're gonna need to basically liquefy this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Actually, it might be easier if I just open the lid and put it in that way. We'll do a little bit at a time. Let me tell you, it was so tempting not to eat these bell peppers. I love peppers, and it was so tempting not to eat them before making this recipe. All right, here we go. We're gonna do this. We got our peppers, definitely liquefied. Now we're gonna add our onions. Let's get some onions in there. I probably don't need, this is an entire onion, small onion, and I don't think that for half a cup of onions. I'm gonna need the whole thing. So I'm gonna use about half of what I've cut up here, and we'll use the rest of this for sandwiches or something. All right, here we go. Okay, we've got it liquefied. I basically have pepper and onion juice now. And that's what we look like. Okay. All right, so our next step then is we're going to take a medium-sized saucepan. Let me move all this other stuff out of the way here. I probably definitely should have worn an apron today, but I didn't. So let's try and do this without getting pepper juice everywhere. Take our blade out. I'm gonna add my mixture here to my saucepan. Okay. And I'm gonna add in my vinegar, my sugar, my salt, and my pepper, okay? So we're gonna use, for the vinegar, we're using half a cup of white vinegar, and for the sugar, we're using a whole cup of sugar. Okay, so I'm gonna use my sugar first, so that I can just use 1 cup, less dishes to wash later. This little scoop came out of an old coffee can back in the 1970s. And it was I'm sure it was my mom's. And I took it and have used it for like the last 30 years. All right, we got a cup of sugar. Now we're gonna add half a cup of vinegar. Okay. Add that in there. We're gonna do half a teaspoon of salt. I use a lot of crushed red pepper. And that's not a half, that's a half. And for the pepper, it is a teaspoon. What I was saying is I use a lot of crushed red pepper. I'm always making pizza and pastas and stuff like that, and I just always, no matter what, add in a little extra red pepper, give it a kick. I like my food to be a little spicy. All right, so we're gonna mix this up here, and then we're gonna get this on to boil. Okay, we're gonna have to bring this mixture up to a boil. So let me move some things out of the way here. We don't need the processor anymore. See how easy this has been so far? Clean as I go. All right. I have a hot plate here. And I'm gonna go ahead and get the burner turned on. And I'm gonna put this on, and I'm gonna bring it to a boil. While this is boiling, basically, let's see here. I need to bring it to a boil, and then I'm gonna reduce the heat to a simmer, and I'm gonna stir it occasionally until it reduces by about a third. Basically, reduces means kind of like cooks itself down a little bit. Okay. All right. So be right back as soon as that's boiling, so that you don't have to stand here. This is gonna take like 10 or 15 minutes. So be right back. All right, we have reached the boiling phase. This took about 10 minutes to get here. So I'm gonna go ahead and reduce my heat now down to simmer. And I will continue to stir this for 10 to 15 minutes until it reaches about a third reduction. Okay, so we're just gonna keep an eye on it and stir it occasionally to make sure it doesn't burn. We'll check back in with you. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes and I believe we have gotten our mixture cooked down to where it needs to be. While I was doing this, I went ahead and did my dishes, did about 3 loads of laundry, washed the truck, went outside and cleaned the gutters. Just kidding. But you do want to stay close by because you don't want this to scorch, so make sure that you're stirring it occasionally. Okay, our next step is to work with the pectin. So I have here a 1/4 cup of sugar, and I'm going to take 2 teaspoons of my pectin and add that to my sugar. I'm going to mix that up real well. And then I'm going to add it to my mixture. This is what's going to turn it into jelly. So as soon as I get that in here, I need to go ahead and stir that in real well. I thought I splashed it. I didn't. And then I'm going to let this simmer for 5 more minutes until the jelly thickens. And then when the jelly thickens, we'll be ready to pour it into our jars or our bowl or whatever we're going to use. So you're going to want to make sure you have a heat-proof bowl or heat-proof jars for your jelly, because this is going to be very hot. All right, we have reached the stage where this is getting a whole lot thicker now. So we're ready to put it in our jars and let it finish gelling up as it cools. The recipe called for 5 minutes of stirring this constantly with the pectin, but honestly, I let it go for 8. So if you don't think yours is quite thick enough, don't hesitate, cook it just a little bit longer, but you don't want to overcook it because you don't want the whole thing to turn to sugar. All right, so now you want to make sure you have a heat-proof bowl ready, or if you're going to use jars, make sure you've washed and rinsed your jars and that they're warm. I'm actually going to use these cute little jelly jars today that I have. I've made jelly before in the past. And what we're going to do is just kind of scoop it out. We want to always leave a 1-inch headspace. I'm going to use my Mamaw's canner funnel. I use this for a lot of things, but that's going to help to make sure that I don't spill any and that it doesn't get on the jar. So we're just going to, I hope you guys can see this. It'll be hot as I do this. I'm just going to scoop it in there. Prospector's sweet pepper jelly. There you go. All I got to do now is I'm going to let this cool, and then when it's finished, I'll take my canning ring and put that on, and my jar lid. Let's see how many I get out of this batch, because there's still quite a bit of the jelly left in this saucepan. In case you're wondering, I did all the Disney math. And in order to make this recipe, to make 1 jar or 1 serving, your expected cost by the time because I already had like the sugar and the vinegar and stuff, but if I had to buy that and then I divided it all out by what the recipe called for, this recipe should cost you about $7.59 to make. And when I'm done with this, this is going to last about 7 days in my refrigerator. Definitely eat it with biscuits, eat it with toast, anything your heart desires. Of course, at Round Up Rodeo, they serve it with the cheddar biscuits. Put this in here. See if I can do the rest of it now. Looks like I'm gonna get 4 jars out of this. Perfect. All right, put that there. Look at that, it filled it up completely. So I'll be back in a little bit to show you the finished product after it has cooled down and been in the refrigerator so that the jelly can completely form. We'll be back. Here's what our jelly is starting to look like after only 5 minutes of resting. You're gonna want to let this cool at room temperature for 30 minutes before you cover it and put it in the refrigerator. Emmy, what is it you want everybody to know? Like, yes, that's right. And what else? That's right, subscribe to the channel. Hey, so I'm back. It's been a couple of hours. So now we're gonna take a look at our jelly and see what it looks like. And there's only one thing left to do, and that's the taste test. Well, at Round Up Rodeo, they have their own homemade cheddar biscuits. I didn't have the time today to make the homemade cheddar biscuits, although I could have. Maybe I'll do that for you on a separate video. So I cheated and I purchased the Red Lobster frozen cheddar biscuits. They're really good, by the way. So we're going to open one of these and we're gonna try our jelly. I'm not shy, I'm putting a great big glob of my jelly on there. Cheers, here we go. Just like Round Up Rodeo. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video with me today. Please consider liking the video, and if you had a good time and would like to see more Disney content, particularly around Disney parks and resorts recipes, stick around by hitting the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Until I see you all again next time, thank you so much. Everybody take care. Bye-bye. I'm gonna eat the rest of this biscuit.